For most, it's a dry and bright day with some sunshine, and it'll feel a bit warmer, I suspect, compared to Friday. Temperatures hotter, 3, 4, 5 degrees higher in some spots.
So the weather in Liverpool last few days has been pretty hit and miss. Yesterday it rained so hard nearby that there was literal floods. You come out today and it's absolutely glorious. So much so that my hay fever is taking a real turn for the worse. Yeah, not ideal. So the last video that I made, I talked about how important it was to make sure you get the right white balance. So it has got me thinking, how do you actually take a correct white balance reading? So I'm out and about today filming a B-roll sequence for one of my clients, and we're going to talk about it. So for run and gun style videos, 9 times out of 10 auto white balance will be fine. That's basically where your camera just takes the brightest point on the frame, i.e. one of these parts, and it just adjusts it towards white. However, it's always a compromise. By forcing the camera to take an average reading, you're therefore getting an average result. So, how do you get the best result? It is always better to take a custom reading. This is basically where you're telling the camera what is white. So, the best way to white balance isn't actually off a white surface. It's off a perfectly neutral grey object. So it's actually a lot harder for sensors to achieve a neutral grey than it is to achieve a neutral white. So it's therefore more precise.
So I wasn't going to include this initially, but I thought the video needed it. So I'm going to show you exactly in camera what I would do when using the grey card. So on the Sony A7S, I switch over to manual mode and I remove my picture profile, just switch that off. And then once you've done this, you're going to basically get the right exposure for your scene. And then we're going to look at the white balance, and we're going to go on to the custom white balance set mode. And we're just going to hold in front of our camera our grey card and find our focus and press the button in the middle, just the set button. And here you can see the new settings that it's chosen for us. So click OK, and then simply just switch back over to your video mode and reapply your S-Log or log or whatever it is, and you're good to go.
Okay, so another thing, I've been in the park probably like an hour, I don't know, I lose track of time. For some reason, 3 different dogs have like started on me, trying to like escape their owner's lead, come and, I don't know, maul me? I don't know, maybe that's a bit much. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's the tripod or maybe it's something that I put on, I don't know.
Because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
So in a pinch, I've white balanced off white paper, white walls, a white shirt, and 9 times out of 10, while these aren't optimum, they're definitely better than letting your camera decide on auto white balance. It's better to at least try and tell your camera what is white than letting it decide for itself. So that's just some food for thought, really. Right, so I'll leave the link to these in the description. Basically, they're just really useful to have in your camera bag. You never know when you're going to get a tricky setup where you might need just to take a reading, get your white balance right. Literally doesn't harm to have these in your bag at all. They're so small, and you can get different ones on Amazon, but I'll leave a link in the description to the one I've got. You don't actually realise how off auto white balance is until you actually measure from one of these things. So really, really worth doing. And if you leave a like and subscribe, I'll be filming videos every week. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time. So nice one.